Well, hello everyone. Thank you again so very much for sitting down and joining me today. It's so very nice to meet you. If I have not already met you in some way, shape, or form, my name is Ryan, and I hope that you're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm looking a little scruffy, but that's okay. That's okay, because today we are going to be going through a sale haul collection update video. There's a couple of different sales, and then just a couple of pickups here and there. That I was able to get for a relatively good price. So let's start off without further to-do. Let's start off. This is got these three here. This comes from the Target buy two get one free sale. Originally, I was not going to partake in this. I definitely wasn't going to be doing it in store because there really isn't anything the past few times that I've went in there for grocery runs or stuff like that that's caught my eye, because I always dip in. You always gotta dip in and see what the what is, and there wasn't anything that was actually catching my eye, things that I wanted to pick up. And I mean, to be frank, really, I mean, you know, Target's always, you know, the media section is definitely shrinking, and especially now in the times that we live in, they wasn't a priority to get that sort of stock in. So I wasn't going to even doing it at all, even doing it online, especially because at the time that dropped, I believe I was still kind of prepping for the Severance sale, but I ended up having a little bit of money in the budget to go ahead and partake in these. So I went ahead and did it anyways. I went ahead and did it online, and I picked up three great titles, three that I'm very excited for. This very first one comes from Warner Archive, and that is From Beyond the Grave. This is, I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry. This is what year is this? 1973? Yes, 1973. This is an Amicus production. It's an anthology tale starring Peter Cushing. Donald Pleasance is in this as well, which is very pleasant. I haven't seen this one. I think I've said it before. I'm really actually not all that versed in Amicus. I mean, I'm not all that versed in Hammer either. I'm not an expert on anything. I'm learning with everybody else. We're all learning. Once you, in my opinion, once you know, if you think you know everything there is to know about it, then it's not enjoyable anymore, because there's always something to learn. You're always a student, and so this is definitely going to help my education. I absolutely love horror anthology tales, and I think the very first. The very first Amicus production, sorry, my wife's, it's always the animals. It's always the animals. My wife's bird is going crazy. Sorry. The first Amicus that I have, it's over here. It's The Skull that I picked up from Kino Lorber. I love that film. Love that film. And so hopefully I will enjoy this one as well. Interesting tidbit, this came in the case completely demolished. But luckily I had a film that I was going to be upgrading soon. Spoiler, it's included in here. It'll be one of the last ones. And so I was able to kind of swap that out because I wasn't going through the whole rigmarole of contacting them and getting replacements, because it's hard to tell at that point, you know, did it happen in transit? Was it somebody at the warehouse that either wasn't paying attention or didn't care when they stuck a broken case in there? I had one that I could swap it out with, so I went ahead and did that. Anyways, I need to, at some point, because you can get them fairly cheap on eBay, just kind of get the empty cases, because there are some that have like that water damage, it looks like water damage. I'm not sure if it actually is, but it's that water damage-y kind of plastic that I could swap out. So one day I'll actually do that. But excited to check out From Beyond the Grave. This next one is a Vinegar Syndrome title that has interested me for quite a while, and that is Unmasked Part 25. This is a horror comedy. The year on this is 1988, and so obviously, as you can tell from here, we're definitely getting, I mean, definitely Jason Voorhees is going to be the main punching bag, or the main joke that they're prodding at. So this is, but it's not Jason, it is Jackson, and Jackson is your hockey masked serial killer, and he meets a woman by the name of Shelley. Yes, Shelley, who is a blind woman, and she can't see him, but she loves him as a person. So it turns into that sort of thing of it's just a goofy, silly idea of your Jason Voorhees or can he love? Can the monster be in a relationship with somebody who can't see the destruction and the blood and bodies that he leaves behind? It seems like a really wonderfully goofy and silly idea. It should be a whole lot of fun. This is actually the alternate artwork because I really actually enjoy this one. The original artwork, which is found inside, is right here, which I think is great. And normally I am very much in line with swapping it, which I may do at some point. But for now, I actually just kind of like this one. Usually I'm always going for any of the original artwork. I will always swap over, but for now I'm actually going to keep that one just because I kind of prefer it, at least at this point. On here though, we do have a 2K scan, two audio commentaries, some trailers and stuff like that. No interviews or behind the scenes like documentaries, which is the stuff that I'm really into. I've spoken before about commentaries. It's not that I don't like them, it's that it's hard for me to find the time to enjoy them. But anyways, that is Unmasked Part 25. I'm sorry, there was no special features that were actually noted on From Beyond the Grave, and I don't believe that there are. Usually on Warner Archive, there really isn't, because the film itself is the special feature. So this is coming from VCI, and well, it came from Target, but you know what I mean. And I've mentioned before that I am 100% ignorant in the world of Giallo. I am 100% ignorant. I have never seen one. And so this sale seemed to be a very good time for me to sort of rectify that and add that into my, the constant education that I'm seeking in the world of film and cinema. And this is Mario Bava's Blood and Black Lace. If you're a fan of Giallos, or if you've seen this movie, then you can understand possibly why this was the one that I was searching for to add another title to the list. So because it seems to kind of be everything that I kind of think about with Giallos, which is like a murder, mystery, 1 foot kind of in horror, and beautiful women, because it's all about models. So there's a lot of special features on here. 2K restoration that was done in 2018, 2 audio commentaries, video interview, archival interviews, photo galleries. There's a video comparison of the American version and the Euro version. And this was the alternate artwork. I really don't know which one is supposed to be the original. This was the one that was actually on the thumbnail on Target's website, and it came on this side, but I actually much prefer this one. Only because I prefer the red, but I like the guaranteed, the 8 greatest shocks ever filmed. I really like that. So yeah, so I'm excited. Are you guys excited? If you are a fan of Giallo, are you excited that I'm going to be beginning my Giallo journey? I can't come up with a good pun of forming Giallo and Journey together. I'm not even gonna do it now. Are you excited though? Are you excited? Because I'm very excited to have Blood and Black Lace. This one comes from Grindhouse Video. You guys know that I love Grindhouse Video. I love what Mike does over there. This was just a pickup for me, one that I had wanted to see. Maybe one day I'll discuss how I budget, but it was in the budget to grab a flick, not on sale price or anything like that. But this is the Arrow Video release of Alice, Sweet Alice, a 1970s proto-slasher, a pre-slasher, which is all about a killer and like a yellow rain slicker and this translucent mask that could be the main title, Karen's wayward sister, Alice, who might be the one behind the mask. And this one was, it's very Hitchcockian from what I can gather and from what I've read. And they mentioned that on the back. And then one of the things that I'd always heard was that it is very much, it is very influenced with the, at that time, beginning surge or trend of the Giallo films. So should very much enjoy this. What I was really happy about was that this was a slip version that Mike had. I think this is actually my first Arrow slip. So I've already gone ahead and swapped the artwork on there. So this is the original theatrical artwork on here. And in here we have a a booklet, which I love a good booklet. Who doesn't love a good booklet? With stills, and there, I mean, it's an essay. Who wrote the essay? My apologies. Give me 1 second. There's a lot of stills on here. Michael Blythe, a film programmer for the BFI London Film Festival and BFI Flair. So, very excited. And then on here, though, there is a poster. So here's the thing. One of these days, I'm going to figure out something to do with these posters. If I ever have like a, we'll see. Maybe one day if I ever have like a movie room in like a different house or something like that. If we ever move, it was such a daunting task to move here that I don't think that'll happen for a while. But one day I'll have something to do with this. But this is the same artwork, the newly commissioned artwork, I believe. But what I like is this one. It's like a child's toy set. It's your killer kit. And it's all of the, it's, you know, the rain slicker, the mask, the gloves, and the knife. I really, really like this. Really like for 7 years and up. Now you can become the killer you've always wanted to be. I think that's hilarious. So very, 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 very excited. Another cool thing they have here, they have a BD-ROM feature of the original screenplay, which Arrow's got a few titles that are like that. I believe Creepshow 2 is like that as well. So I'm excited to check out Alice, Sweet Alice. And this one was a drop. It was a drop in price on Amazon because a lot of people have been finding Scream Factory releases at Walmart. I have not been so lucky, and the couple of times that I brave going to Walmart, I don't enjoy going to Walmart. So it dropped in price on Amazon, so I went ahead and picked it up, and that is going to be Sleepaway Camp. I haven't seen this movie in years. So this will be a very, very fun one to go back to. Because every time that even when I look back and I think about slashers, or I talk about slashers with somebody, this is one that I never bring up. And it could just be because it's been so long since I've seen it. Because most of these slashers that I grew up on, which is a weird thing to say, I suppose, but the slashers that I grew up on, I've revisited, sometimes multiple times. But this is one that I haven't, and I don't remember enough to know exactly why. So I'm excited to go back to Sleepaway Camp, to go back to Angela Baker. Yes, Angela Baker. Very excited. Obviously, this was the original artwork, and this was the new artwork, which I enjoy both very much. I really do enjoy them both very much. But you know me, I'm always gonna flip it over. Or I guess normally always, since I just did that with that Vinegar Syndrome title. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo set. We got a new 2K scan, a new commentary, actually 2 new commentaries, I'm sorry. Interviews, doesn't say exactly how many with the cast and crew. A Sleepaway Camp scrapbook, and a short film titled Judy by Jeff Hayes. Theatrical trailer, and more. Every time they say "and more," I'm thinking it's just like a photo gallery, but maybe there's a little featurette on there. So excited to go back and revisit Sleepaway Camp. These last 4, come from the MVD, like 88% off Arrow titles that were going out of print. Originally, I was actually what really made me kind of like immediately pull the trigger on this sale, no questions asked, was one of the releases on here I've been wanting for a very long time, or I've wanted to upgrade for a very long time. And the other ones, as I'm looking through the rest of the releases, I ended up picking 3 others because, for the reason, one, yes, the pricing, but it's just, I don't know, man, it's just kind of, you just think that if you don't grab these, when would you get a chance again? Because maybe, you know, who's to say that we never get these films again? Definitely wouldn't get them in this type of presentation, but who's to say that we would never get them at all? So let's go ahead. Let's start with the upgrade first. Okay, we'll start with the upgrade. If you have seen one of my videos, I believe I did it on a rapid fire review, if I'm not mistaken. And I talked about how I wanted this release, even though I do have a Blu-ray, which I'm trying to look. I don't think you can really see it on here, but excuse me. This is we'll just go right to it. The Arrow video release of Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I absolutely adore this movie. I know in my in that video I talked about my love for what I consider creative anarchy and doing the film that you want to make. I absolutely adore this film. So this is the original theatrical poster that's on there. I've already swapped all of these because that's what I do. The only thing, I do love this one, but the film, the version that I had the DVD snapper. Well, I think it was a snap case. If it wasn't a snap case, then it was a flip disc. But it was the Midnight Movie edition of it, and I love that poster. You've got one of the clowns up in the sky. Your main characters, looking panicked down below, and I think it says like in space, no one can hear you eat ice cream or something like that. I love that. But this is a really good one too, where it just says it's crazy. So the commissioned artwork on there is fantastic as well. But so on here, I already have the Blu-ray release of it, which there is no reason for me to keep that release because of the fact that this release has all of the special features that were on there. This is a new 2K scan a new 4K scan from Arrow. I'm definitely going to check out the transfer. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see too much of a difference, but maybe, you never know. But what I really like on here, what I'm super excited about, is that they have an interview with the original members of the punk band The Dickies, who wrote the song Killer Klowns from Outer Space for the movie. If you haven't, just listen to that song. It's an amazing song. On here, they've got an all-new documentary highlighting the making of the Chiodo Brothers' childhood films. They've got their earlier films on here. They've got a tour of their production studio, bunch of different interviews, and then you've got the original, the making of Killer Klowns, creating clowns, composing clowns, all of those featurettes that were featured in the original MGM Blu-ray that I have. So this is great. This is great, especially for the fact that, like, I don't know if anybody would pick up Killer Klowns again. I don't know. Nobody would do this with Killer Klowns. So absolutely excited to go into those features that that I've been wanting for so long and to check out that new transfer. These two, I picked up two Pam Grier blaxploitation films. Picked up Black Mama, White Mama, which this is going to be pre-coffee, I believe. Yes, this is pre-coffee. And this is where you've got Pam Grier playing a prostitute and, what's her first name? I'm so sorry. Margaret Markoff, playing a revolutionary who are going to be sent to a maximum security prison, whose transport is busted by Pam Grier's accomplices, and they escape into the Filipino jungles, where you've got bounty hunters. You got Sid Haig playing a bounty hunter, and a bunch of warlords and guerrilla infantrymen that they've got to fight. So I mean, it's this mixture of women in prison, blaxploitation. Super, super, super happy to have this. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo. Check out the original, the commissioned artwork if you have not. Very good one. Very, very good, but can never beat that. Nope. Can never ever beat that. So like I said, there's only a couple of these that I have a lot to say. Well, obviously, whatever format of review video that I feel like doing at the time, because I've done a couple of different ones. One day I'll settle on one. We'll talk a little bit more at length about it. Oh, if I can get this back in. Hold on now. Hold it. So on here though, well, other things do we have here? I know that there's a commentary with the filmmaker. There is an interview with Margaret Markov and Sid Haig, and a previously unseen archival interview with the director Eddie Romero, trailer, gallery, all that good stuff. So Black Mama, White Mama. The next one is Sheba Baby. This is going to be post-coffee, and this is going to be one of the three iconic blaxploitation films that Pam Grier, that Queen Grier, was known for. And so this is going to be, I mean, she's a PI who is called to stop this mob boss, and obviously he's not going to go down without a fight. So this is going to be an absolutely delightful film. Sheba finds out that the violent thugs aren't going away without a fight. Car bombs, gunfights, and boat chases ensue, whilst armed with her curves, street smarts, and a .44. How can you go wrong? How can you go wrong? On here we got two different commentaries. On here, a brand new interview with David Sheldon, the producer. What's on here? A Pam Grier, the AIP years. A look over the wonder years of the blaxploitation queen with film historian Chris Poggiali. I'm probably mispronouncing that. My apologies. So on here, this is the commissioned artwork, very much in line with the commissioned artwork for Black Mama, White Mama, if I can get it out. Here we go. I like this one more than the commissioned artwork for Black Mama, White Mama. Really, really, really do enjoy this. But, I mean, if you're going to get a picture, an actual still of the Queen, that's the one that you have to do. Definitely, definitely that one that you have to do. And this is another Blu-ray DVD combo, which I think is going to be an earlier release for sure, because Arrow stopped doing that. I'm not sure exactly how long ago they've stopped doing that. I know that, like, Vinegar Syndrome's not doing that anymore. Severin's not doing that. Did Severin ever do Blu-ray DVD combos? Somebody correct me if they know. On here, though, we do have a little booklet. You guys know that I absolutely love a booklet with tons of fantastic stills of the Queen on here. Pam Grier is just absolutely gorgeous. And who did this one? I always like to give credit where it's due. Patty Breen. Patty Breen is going to be the writer of this, which is yeah, just titled Sheba Baby. Just a short little, it's a very short essay on here. But they're always a very, very enjoyable read. So very, oh, I completely butchered the sleeve on this. Oh, we're gonna wait. We might have to pause this video. We might have to do a cut real quick because this is a little embarrassing at how long. Nope, got it in. We're leaving in the embarrassment. We're leaving in the embarrassment, guys. And we'll go on to the last one that a lot of people did pick up as well. And this is it's a box set too, which was so surprising to me that there was some, that mine was brand new. Some people got some used ones that may have been returns, I suppose. I'm not 100% sure. But that mine was brand new. It already got kind of dinged from an accident yesterday. But why this is one going out of print? I mean, the fact that how would nobody? The fact that there's still some that are available. The fact that when this came out, nobody was just gung ho on jumping on it. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't appeal to a lot of people. I'm not sure. But this is Bloodbath. And if you know anything about Bloodbath, I know a little bit. It's a Roger Corman film. Well, one of them. So this is 4 movies. This is 4 separate cuts on here. This is very Al Adamson-y of what's going on. So originally you've got, let me get all the names right on this. Originally you have a Yugoslavian picture titled Operation Tishin maybe, that Corman had invested in. And he wanted to make a US version of that. So he produced this US version of it, which ended up being called Portrait in Terror. And it was definitely more for the cult and drive-in crowd, the Grindhouse crowd. He then handed it over to Jack Hill and Stephanie Rothman when he was not 100% satisfied. And they turned it into a vampire film, which was titled Bloodbath. And then they did a TV version, and they kind of chopped up some scenes, added some new ones, and had a new one called Track of the Vampire. And all of those are featured in here. Every single one of them is featured in here. So this is something that we could do a video of all on itself, sort of like what we're doing with the Al Adamson set. Because this is something, I mean, obviously it would take a little bit before the video is created to kind of get through all of these, because I'm really not sure how different each individual picture actually is, except for Operation Tishin, which I'm 100% sure I'm mispronouncing that, and, and Portrait in Terror, which should definitely be fairly different. So you've got all of those original films. There's a new construction of that original film using the film materials, visual essays. What do we have on here? An interview with Sid Haig, double-sided poster, which is on here as well. Try to show you real quick. Very, 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 very big poster. Definitely in line with the size of the Django poster. They go right there. Absolutely. 100%, this is one that, like I'm telling you, one day I'm going to figure out what to do with these posters. Because this is the original commissioned artwork that's on there. But this is absolutely fantastic. I'm curious as to what the posters are for the other cuts of the film. But there is a booklet in here as well. More of a book, actually. Which I absolutely love. It seems to be, it is actually multiple essays by a bunch of different people. Kind of covering some of the actors, such as Phil Haig or Patrick McGee, or William Campbell, who's also in this, and then some of the other different cuts as well. So this is going to be a treat. I'm telling you, we should definitely do a video all about Bloodbath. Because I mean, this was the most expensive one actually, because this one was $9.99. The other ones were ranging $4.99, $6.99. But this is something that how can you be sure that any of this would survive? If it goes out of print, then anybody would do this. You know, so 100% had to pick it up, and this is great video material in itself. So guys, thank you so very much for sitting down and checking out all the stuff that I've got, that I've picked up recently. Again, yeah, thank you. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button for more additional content, and be notified when it does come out. If you have an opinion or a comment on anything that I picked up in this particular sale haul collection update video, then please leave a comment down below. I would love to create a dialogue for you, with you. All of my social media and contact information can be found in the description box down below. But other than that, guys, that's going to about do it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I also hope that you enjoyed the rest of your day.